3, 4, 5 red lights for the Monaco Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go. A great kiss away from Lando Norris, also from Charles Leclerc, but Norris locks up, just keeps it away from contact. It's Lando Norris who leads from Charles Leclerc. Oscar Piastri keeps ahead of Max Verstappen, and behind him comes Isaac Hadjar in the Racing Bulls. Through the Casino Square we go. It's Norris from Leclerc, then Piastri, Verstappen, Hadjar, Alonso, and then Hamilton, and then Ocon, Lawson, and then Albon the top 10. It's getting feisty already through the midfield of this pack, and it's still Lando Norris in the lead from Charles Leclerc, the homeboy, who took the win here last year. There goes Gabriel Bortoleto and Kimi Antonelli. Norris ahead of Leclerc, then Piastri and Verstappen completed the top 4 and into the wall goes Gabriel Bortoleto in the Sauber, and it looks like he might have got hit there by Kimi Antonelli, but that could be a safety car. But it's Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc 1-2 and pulling away from Oscar Piastri and Max Verstappen. Let's see, Gabriel Bortoleto through the Lowe's hairpin, going round the outside of Kimi Antonelli and getting into Alba up into, I believe, 14th place, until suddenly there was no way to go. And we got another yellow flag on the track. Not entirely sure what it's for, and I'm hearing that Pierre Gasly has got issues, and yes, he has. It's a broken front left suspension for Pierre Gasly. Now, if he stops on track, it could be a safety car as Ollie Behrland goes past him, but if he pulls it back into the pits, then he should make the field avoid another safety car.
No break.
And Pierre Gasly's reported he's got no brakes. Let's see what happened here. Pierre Gasly behind Yuki Tsunoda, and oh no! And that's pretty similar to what Charles Leclerc did to the back of Brendan Hartley back in 2018 when he was at Sauber, and Hartley was at Toro Rosso, and Gasly broke his front left suspension, and he is out of the Monaco Grand Prix. Now that front wing is in the way there, and Piastri's slowing down for the yellows, and you can see Max Verstappen tries to have a go, and somehow going into Tabac, Piastri keeps ahead of Verstappen for the time being in a fight for third, but that is why Piastri slowed down to lift in the double yellows. Now on board here, Piastri avoided the front wing, lifted at the double yellows. Verstappen wanted to have a go, but Piastri did the right thing to keep ahead of the Dutchman in the Red Bull behind him. In comes Isaac Hadjar for his first of 2 mandatory pit stops in this Grand Prix. That's the rule with the regulations around Monaco. You've got to do 2 mandatory stops at least, otherwise you'll get a penalty or be disqualified from the race. That is the rules from race control for the Monaco Grand Prix this year. They've got to do at least 2 stops, otherwise they'll get a very, very harsh penalty.
I know I haven't given you much info, but just keep pushing now. I'm going to cover Hamilton. Can't push now!
Fernando Alonso screaming on the radio. The unluckiest driver on the grid is raging on the radio, trying to push, but he can't. In comes Lewis Hamilton then, who was in 5th place, and I think he's going to hang on to that 5th place, and he will. He comes up just ahead of Isaac Hadjar in the Racing Bulls. Hamilton then remains in 5th place for Ferrari, ahead of the Frenchman behind him in the Racing Bulls, and they're getting ready down at McLaren for a pit stop shortly. Hadjar comes in again. I think he's still going to hang on to the top 8, and that is his 2nd pit stop after a short soft tyre stint. Hadjar does come out still in 8th place. Hadjar is definitely on course for a very strong points finish today if he can keep this momentum going. He's done 2 stops already, so he can go to the end unless his tyres wear out and he'll do another stop.
2 minutes for Grand Prix 1972.
He's got shifts that feel like the Monaco Grand Prix 1972, said Max Verstappen there. So it looks like he's having a tiny bit of problems with his shifts, but should be okay though. Oh no! Fernando Alonso, who was in 6th place, has got an issue at the back of his Aston Martin, and once again for Fernando Alonso, it's no points for him in 2025. That is a disaster.
The car, smoke.
Whoa, Oscar Piastri very close to the wall. We might have made a slight tap there, but that huge slide for Piastri has cost him time. Whoa, George Russell has gone off the track and still ended up behind Albon on lap 49. A lap later.
What? Just slammed on the brakes. So I need to give that position back to Albon. I take the penalty. He's driving erratically.
George Russell reporting that he's driving erratically. Alex Albon is, but Russell overtook Albon off the track, so he could get a penalty. Here we go again. This time with Kimi Antonelli going off the track and overtaking Alex Albon. He has to get it back. The force are back, and he doesn't. So that could be a penalty for coming Antonelli's way. This is just going from bad to very worse for Mercedes this weekend here in Monaco. And Antonelli actually does let Albon back through. So it's not a tobacco, he's let him through anyway.
Catches me up. He's not even pushing.
Well, Verstappen is backing Norris up and allowing Charles Leclerc to try everything he's got so if he wants to get past that McLaren and win his Grand Prix for the second year in a row. You can see how close Leclerc is to Norris. This is the closest he's been. He's still not close enough to make an overtake. But Charles Leclerc, and finally Max Verstappen is coming in on the penultimate lap of the race. Verstappen had to pit, otherwise he would have been disqualified. But he finally comes in, and the fourth place finish will do well for him today. Lando Norris had to wait since he won the opening race of the season in Melbourne. But now he has come to Monaco and he's going to come back and easily win. He will give McLaren their first win in Monaco since Lewis Hamilton in 2008. And he is about to become the first Brit to win the Monaco Grand Prix since Lewis Hamilton in 2019. He comes out to the last corner of Anthony Jones now. Lando Norris closes back into the championship fight and wins the Monaco Grand Prix. Lando Norris is a winner in Monaco. Charles Leclerc takes back-to-back podiums at his home Grand Prix, finishes in second, and Oscar Piastri completes the podium. But it's Lando's day. He wins in Monaco once again.
Podium. There you go. P1 in Monaco, baby. Monaco, baby! Yeah, baby! Woo! We did it. Well done. We won in Monaco. That's a dream. Well done, guys. Unbelievable job. Amazing weekend. Thank you so much.
Lando Norris has landed on top of the podium in Monaco and he gets himself back into the championship hunt now, just 3 points behind his teammate Oscar Piastri in the driver's standings. And for McLaren, it's another dominant display for the Woking-based outfit, as we now head off to Barcelona in a week's time to see if anyone can stop McLaren with a healthy lead in both championships.